Hey, this is Erin from the Mind Body Project. And today we're going to do a simple energizing movement routine. It's great to do in the morning, throughout the day for a little bit of energy. And the reason we do this is because movement is the best way to process emotion, stress, and to feel better and like yourself more of the time. So I'm going to lead you through the simple routine. And then at the end, I'm going to tell you a little bit about why each of these moves is particularly helpful. So the first thing I like you to do is just take a big yawn. And stretch, open up anything that needs opening. And then twist the spine a little bit, just gently from side to side. Stretching and yawning before you get ready to stand up. Push in your chair if you're in the classroom. Take your feet a little bit wider than hips width apart. And just start to swing the arms, twisting at the hips and the knees so that the arms really pat into the body. So letting the shoulders relax so that you're gently patting yourself. And if you're finding that the shoulders didn't relax very well, you could shrug them up to your ears and drop them down. Shrugging, dropping, shrugging, dropping and opening, and then try again. Noticing sometimes we hold a lot of tension in our shoulders and they just need to be worked out a little bit before they release. And then you can bend the knees, really get into it. Good, and then shake it out. Shake out the arms. Really shake them. Good, and now standing on your left foot, shake out the right leg. Shake it, shake it, shake it. And put down that right leg and shake out the left one. Good, and then shake out anything that you feel like is a little bit stiff or stuck in the body. Inhale the arms overhead. Come up to the tippy toes and see if you can touch the sky. Really try to pull yourself from either direction. And then as you're ready, let the body fold over itself. So come up to your tippy toes, push out of the fingers and the toes, and then let the arms relax down to the ground and hang. Just hang for a moment here. And one more time, really pushing out of the toes and out of the fingers. And as you're ready, letting the body fall. Whoosh. Great job. Coming back up and cross your arms across the chest, holding your earlobes, and come to a gentle squat. So we're going to go down 3 times, squatting down, coming up, squatting, lifting, squatting, lifting. Good. And then switch ears and coming down, up, down, up, down, up. Take another big yawn. And that's it. You can do the cycle again if you like, or you can just use that to get you from one place to the next with your transitions. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about why those exercises in particular are really helpful to keep the body alert and also healthy. Yawning. So yawning releases our brainstem, which is where that stress gets held. It's where our fight or flight response can sometimes be when we're tight. And so yawning releases that area and it helps our energy flow to our frontal lobes, which is our wisdom center where we can think and really be our true self. Yawns in the morning increase serotonin and in the evening increase melatonin to help us go to sleep. All right, so our standing twists, what that does is open up our diaphragm. So our diaphragm helps us breathe. Obviously, getting oxygen to the body is super important. And so we're opening and making breathing easier. We're circulating everything, fluids, opening the muscles, and actually the patting, the hitting. When we gently pat or hit ourselves, it's very calming to the body. So we're also opening up all of the joints. So kind of our neck, our shoulders, our hips, our ankles, they all get into that. So it keeps energy flow. Touching the sky is just good to open up and lengthen the muscles. That even helps with hydration, really getting hydration deep into the body. And then when we simulate falling, that's also calming to the nervous system. So when we fall on accident, that's startling. But when we allow ourselves to fall, it really relaxes the nervous system. Also, hanging down gives a lot of blood flow to the head and to the heart, so it can kind of like boost up energy really quick. And you might notice that it's also opening up the backs of the legs. So that hanging down is just great, and I encourage you to do it all day long. Balancing like we did on one foot and the other, make sure that our sides of the body talk to each other. You might notice that balancing on one side is easier than the other. Is that the same every day, or does it change as we coordinate one side of our body? Because if one side of our body is good at doing something and the other is not, then we look to get those a little bit more in balance. So that speaks to the sides of our brain. Shaking just gets out any stiffness, emotion, stuckness. So it's great to shake, and it's great to encourage people around you to put on some music and shake around. And then with our ears and squats, squats is a little bit of muscle building. That gets our adrenaline pumping, some of our serotonin up when we're really using our muscles, but also crossing the center line of the body. So we did that with our arms. You can also do that by bringing like elbow to knee. That gets the sides of the body and the sides of the brain talking to each other. So there is a method behind the madness, and I hope you enjoy that simple movement, emotional processing, energizing activity.